Harvey Korman and Vicki Lawrence and Tim Conway with us. And a lady I really love very much. She's been my favorite actress for a long time, and we are so thrilled to have her on our show, Miss Shirley MacLaine. Do you all have anything you want to say before we get started? Yes.
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, heaven and that.
Oh, I was there last year.
You were?
Yes. Well, where were you? Rock Hudson and I were there. We did I Do at the big, yes, at the Muni. I saw those. I saw those 2 empty seats, and those were the ones you should have been in.
Probably on vacation.
Well, you have no right to go on vacation, and we're coming to say, I came all the way there, and you came out. Thank you very much. Boy, is it hot there. Jeez, it was 105 degrees on stage every night that we were working. Yeah, humidity was 85. We were absolutely drenched, and then to top it off, you open your mouth to sing, and a moth flies in. It's outside. Yeah. Do you know those cottonwood trees? They scared the out of me. Because I saw them. Have you ever seen cottonwood trees? Anybody? What they do is they kind of float, these little balls of cotton, and you're in 100-degree heat, and you think it's snowing. So you think, you've had it. And then at night, when we're doing the show, I'd watch them, and they would swirl kind of on the floor into a corner, and I was afraid to turn my back on them because I thought they'd attack me and I'd become a giant Q-tip. Incredible, yeah.
Carol, I'm from New York City. Did you ever work the Catskill Mountains?
Yes, I did. As a performer. Okay, we got a big show for you tonight, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
From Television City in Hollywood, it's the Carol Burnett Show. With Harvey Korman, Vicki Lawrence, and Tim Conway.
Hell you been?
Don't start up, Mama. It was late getting home from the store.
Yeah, mostly because I had to find this blender for you that you had to have in 2 seconds flat.
Well, don't just stand there. Put it in the kitchen.
We're gonna miss the beginning of the movie.
Look! A whole display case fell over while I was trying to fish this thing out for you. What was I supposed to do? Leave all those little ball bearings and sockets and washers lying on the floor just so you could see the beginning of a movie?
Boy, howdy, if it was a Clint Eastwood movie, it'd be a different story, wouldn't it, huh? You'd have been out there all night in your sleeping bag just so you could be first in line this morning. But because it's a musical that Eunice wants to see, you can't tear yourself away from that dumb store of yours.
Who's taking care of the boys?
A babysitter, of course.
She reliable?
No, Mama, she's on probation from the penitentiary for
Well, I don't want to go at all. It can't be with a light heart.
Well, just lighten up your heart, Mama, because we're taking you to the movies, seeing as how you nagged us into it.
And couldn't you have talked him into wearing a tie? I swear the last time I seen him in a tie was the day you two got married, and I think he borrowed that one and gave it back right after the ceremony.
Well, now, just who do you think's gonna be looking at us in that dark movie house?
This movie house happens to be in my neighborhood, Missy, and I'd like to be able to hold my head up going in and out. What the hell's he done in there now? I will never figure out why you ever married that man anyway.
Eunice, you are the funniest thing.
Call me a nut, call me corny, but I am a sucker for them knock-knock jokes.
And you tell them so cute, too.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, shh. Oh, no, it's all right. I can laugh as loud as I want to. Mom and Daddy ain't home. They're over at my Aunt Eloise's for the whole weekend. Well, good night. I had a lovely time.
Can't I just come in for a minute tonight?
Why, Aunt, how would that look?
Well... Who's looking?
Now, I just mentioned it in passing. I didn't want to put any crazy ideas into that crazy head of yours.
You don't have to worry about putting any in there. I got enough in there all by myself.
Well, okay, sit down and I'll get us a couple of Cokes.
Okay.
We got plenty of Cokes.
Fine, use that, hit the spot.
Boy, would Mama have a fit if she knew that I was out this late. Didn't you just love that movie?
Oh, well, I like westerns better than musicals.
Oh, well, I can understand that. In fact, I respect you for it. Musicals ain't very viral. But ain't you just crazy about that June Haver?
Oh, I can take her or leave her.
Oh, she's one of my all-time favorites. Of course, you know who my all-time favorite is? Betty Grable. If you're a romantic chum, pack up your duds and come to Acapulco. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Acapulco.
Take it up! Take it up!
Thing. Now, you just get your mind on the right track this minute. You know, every so often I just say the silliest things to myself. I say, Eunice, you should have kept up with your tap dancing lessons. You could have been a big movie star.
I never knew you took tap lessons.
Oh, yeah. Well, I only took 2. You can't believe how uppity that teacher was. Everything had to be her way.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Your legs are as good as Betty Grable's any day.
Stop.
I won't stop, doggone it, because it's true. I'm going to go further. They're better. Oh, Eunice, you know something. You are something else. I mean, you're not like the rest of the girls in this town. I mean, you know, some of them fluffy-headed blondes around here, you know, they'll actually look down on me because I work in a hardware store.
No.
Yeah, they do. Where would they be without hardware? Now, supposing you took all the hardware out of this house right now, where do you think you and I would be?
Oh, stop it. Stop it. I don't want to hear any more about it. Oh, Aunt, hardware is important to the whole world.
Oh, Eunice, you are something else.
What are you doing?
Well, I ain't playing tic-tac-toe. Eunice, I'm just trying to kiss you.
Why?
Well, why does the water go over Niagara Falls? It's the call of nature, that's why.
Oh, but is it me or my body?
Well, a little bit of both, I guess.
Well, I just want to make something perfectly clear, Ed Higgins. I mean, you can take a girl out and buy a real nice Chinese dinner for $2 and everything, but you don't own her body and soul. I want you to know that I am not that kind of a girl.
I know you ain't that kind of girl, Eunice.
Well, good. So then why don't we just get back now to our spiritual carefree footing?
Well, we've been spiritual for 2 months now. I mean, what do you think I am, some sort of a love 'em and leave 'em playboy?
Oh, no, I don't. I think you're wonderful. I really do. Honest. And it's so good to have somebody to talk to. Boy, every time I mention any little dream of mine, my mama just sneers at me. Daddy just ignores me altogether.
Now, folks don't believe in me either. You know what my daddy calls me? Lunkhead.
No.
I resent it. I don't mind telling you.
Well, a good woman would never, ever call her man lunkhead.
Oh, Eunice.
Oh, stop.
Oh, Eunice.
Oh.
Eunice, is that you?
Oh, you...
Yes, Mama, it's me. I'm in the living room with a friend. What are you doing home?
Never mind what I'm doing, home. What are you doing in the living room at this hour causing all that racket? You just getting in, you're popping out, and words sick.
Oh, Mama, calm down.
Who you with? That stupid Mary Beth Pickens, I'm gonna come in here right now and kick her out of this house once and for all.
Well, I got to be toddling, Eunice.
No, Mama, it ain't Mary Beth. It's a boyfriend whom
this clown that you have dragged in here off of the streets?
Mama, this is Ed Higgins. You know, the young man I have been telling you about now for quite some time.
We finally get the unveiling, huh? No wonder you've been keeping him under wraps. What have you been doing here with my little girl?
Nothing, ma'am. Nothing.
Carl, you get on out here. Carl, do you hear me?
Yes, damn it, the whole neighborhood can hear you.
Well, get on out here as fast as you can.
Just hold your horses, I am in the bathroom.
Well, when the hell did you go in there?
I don't know exactly when. You want me to punch a time clock every time I go to the bathroom?
Just hurry on out here, will you? Eunice has got that Ed Higgins out here. Believe it or not, he really exists, and he's worse than anything we dreamed of. He's been out here trying Lord knows what with Eunice, and you better get out here and have a few words with him.
Well, I think I'll skedaddle along now. I don't know how I let so much time go by as it is.
I guess you were probably concentrating on other things.
No, ma'am.
Mama, you just stop that. Ed is a wonderful man.
What kind of wonderful man creeps into a young girl's home at this hour and starts fooling around right outside her mom and daddy's bedroom door? Carl, am I gonna have to come in there and light fire under you?
Did I ever have a minute of privacy? You think a man could have some peace and privacy in the middle of the night without being nabbed to do
Carl,
something?
you have to pick this very second to drive me out of my mind. There is an emergency going on there. I would like to know if you plan on coming out here this week or next.
I will come out when I am damn good and ready. Now get out that door, I'll knock you through it. Just how much hell is a man supposed to take?
Well, might be a much better idea if I saw you later anyway, Eunice. How about Sunday morning? Pick you up about 10 and we'll go out to Brush Creek for that
You
picnic.
think you're taking my little girl out to Brush Creek? You got another thing coming. I know all about what goes on out at Brush Creek.
Don't you pay any attention to her. She goes off her rocker every now and then.
Don't you ever dare come in this house again.
Well, maybe I'll just meet you out there, Eunice. Nice meeting you, Mrs. Harper. Tell Mr. Harper I'm sorry
I will never forgive you for this as long as I live. He was about to propose to me.
Well, then he's even dumber than he looks.
So he may not be smart, and he may not have a great personality, and he may not even be particularly attractive, but he respects me, and he's the first person in this whole wide world that ever has, and I am drunk with it. And if you think you're going to drive him out of my life, you got another thing coming. Ed! Ed, wait for me! I'm yours if you want me!
Oh, well, I'm sure the neighbors got a big kick out of that.
I am gonna get away from you, Mama, if I have to marry Ed Higgins by hook or by crook.
You're gonna marry that big dumb cluck over my dead body?
I hope so.
You clumsy ox. He knocked over the darn trash can.
All right, Mama, you wanted to know why we got married? Okay, I'll tell you why we got married. Tell Mama why we got married, Ed. Tell her.
Because we were in love?
What the hell you talking about? Tell her the real reason.
Well, I got that blender all assembled. Let's get going to that
Oh,
movie.
no, you don't. I want to satisfy my mama's curiosity. Just tell her what happened that night she drove me out of my own home and into your arms.
You told me you'd kill me if I ever told your mother.
Well, I take it back. It is time we satisfied her curiosity. Go on, just tell her what happened that night. That I went with you, and then later on, we had to get married.
I get your drift, Eunice. Welcome to the club. Let's get going to the movies. Maybe if we hurry up, we could stop in town for a 6-pack of beer on the way. That'd hit the spot. You got any money on you yet? Am I going to have to pay for my own ticket again? You two want to hurry up before the prices change?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Shirley MacLaine.
I brought 'em.
Did you bring? Oh, great. Shirley and I have been talking all this week about letters that we get from you folks, all you folks at home that are nice enough to write in. And I asked her to bring some of the letters she's received. And honest engine, they're real letters. Would you? Oh, wait.
You read the first.
I'll read mine first. I'll read one. This is from a 10-year-old girl that I received last season. Dear Carol Burnett, I have never missed one of your shows or your movies. I love everything you do. You're the funniest person alive, and your show is the greatest. I have pictures of you all over my room. I even have a life-size poster of you on my closet door. Every night before going to bed, I say, "Good night, Carol, I love you." When I wake up, you're the first one I say good morning to. I thought it would be nice if you had a picture of me, too, so I'm enclosing a snapshot of me in front of my house. And there's a picture of a little girl there, and on the back, she writes, "To my very favorite in the whole wide world, Lucille Ball."
Listen to this. Dear Shirley, whenever my friends are talking about actresses they can't stand, I always stick up for you.
Here. Dear Miss Burnett, I don't know if I should tell you this or not, but every time you sing, my cat goes over to the TV set and puts his paws over your mouth. Oh.
Dear Shirley. He's got big paws. Dear Shirley. Oh, yeah, they're Shirley now. They used to be Miss MacLaine.
Yeah.
You're tops in my books. In fact, you're my idol. I think it's because we're so much alike. You see, my brother got all the looks in the family, too.
Yeah, it's really great to be loved, isn't it? We get love letters, hate letters, how'd you lose weight letters,
Dumb letters, smart letters. How did you start letters?
cute letters, crank letters, blankety blank letters too.
We get bold letters, shy letters, mud in your eye letters,
Cold letters, hot letters, you should be shot letters,
kind letters, mean letters, often obscene letters, too. We love getting letters, they keep us alive, but sometimes we wonder if we can survive our fan mail.
You got some more? Oh, good. Oh, thank you, Randy. Here's one. Hi, Carol, you do great funny shows. No, oh yeah, you look like a light bulb. Oh, there's more to it. Why do you always look like you are sitting in a chair? Do I look like I'm sitting in a
It's
chair?
amazing how imaginative
Well, let's
they
say
are. A
from
light
here
bulb
up,
sitting
let's
in the
say- yeah.
chair on.
The part of the show I like the best is the end. Love, Andy. You have what? You have another?
Dear Shirley MacLaine, I forgot this one. I'm a big fan of movies and acting. I think you are the greatest actress I have ever seen. Could you please send me a picture of yourself in a bikini?
We get nice letters, nuts letters, I hate your guts letters.
North letters, south letters, wash out your mouth letters.
East letters, west letters, Harvey's the best letters too.
We get true letters, fib letters, up women's lib letters.
Weird letters, bored letters, trust in the Lord letters,
Long letters, short letters, see you in court letters too. We love getting letters, they keep us alive, but sometimes we wonder if we can survive our fan mail.
Thanks, Randy. Oh, good. Dear Miss Burnett, I wanted to watch your show, but it went off the TV. If it don't come back, I'm going to not watch it anymore. P.S. When you laugh, I can see your tongue and all your teeth way to the back of your head.
It's a good thing it stops there. Dear Miss McLean, here's a Miss McLean. Your dancing is phenomenal. Very few people can move the way you do. I love you. P.S. I'm a singer, and I found this great voice teacher who's really helped me. I'm sure she could do the same for you.
Oh, this is nice. Dear Carol Burnett, my daughter looks exactly like you. Please write and tell her there's hope.
We get
Hip letters, square letters, get off the air letters.
peace letters, fight letters. Why don't you write letters?
Old letters, new letters, some postage due letters too.
We get cops letters, crooks letters. Who writes your books letters?
Thin letters, fat letters, your chest is flat letters,
Red letters, blue letters. Who sleeps with you letters too?
Are those your real teeth?
Is that your real hair?
Please, could you send me a picture of Cher? I'm fantastic.
I'm unique.
I am plastic.
I'm a freak.
I'm a rotten person.
I'm unspeakably depraved.
But please keep them coming.
It shows that you care.
It's you who keeps screwballs like us on the air with your fan mail. Fan
Would you please step aside?
You can't go in the palace.
But the king and me live here. But the king and I live here.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But nobody goes in the palace without the password.
But I am your queen.
It's not it. You take one more step, lady, and I'll put this whole gun in your mouth.
What did he say?
He said if I took one more step, he would put the whole gun in my mouth.
I'd like to see that.
My husband said he'd like to see. You talk to him.
Young man, we really must get in there. The Queen has to get to the throne.
No password, no throne.
How in blazes we ever get an idiot like this as a palace guard?
You know, if mistaken. This is the young man who was awarded this post of honor for his extreme heroism.
Get out of here.
No, really. That man saved his entire platoon by swallowing a live hand grenade before it went off.
Oh, come on.
I kid you not. That poor, brave man standing there has no internal organs.
Hey, this is the king you're talking to.
I mean it. He is completely hollow. Watch.
By Jove, you're right. Young man, we're very proud of you. You're a very dutiful guard, and we would like to present you with a reward.
Okay, by me.
Every man has his price. Here's a nice new shiny shilling for you.
I don't want your shilling.
What?
Stick it in your ear.
I beg your pardon?
I said, stick it in your ear.
Psst. What did he say?
He said, stick it in my ear.
Don't do it.
I shan't.
I'll talk to him. Young man, you're a very well-trained guard not to accept any money.
I don't want no money.
That's very commendable indeed.
I want a popsicle.
A what?
A popsicle. You know. It's a frozen thing on a stick. Jeez.
He wants a popsicle.
A what?
A popsicle. You know, a frozen thing on a stick. Sheath.
That's completely preposterous. How are we going to find a popsicle?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Young man, I would like a popsicle, please.
What flavour, Your Royal Highness?
Oh, wait a minute. What flavor?
Buffalo.
He wants a buffalo popsicle.
Are you sure?
Would I make that up? Young man, I would like a buffalo-flavored popsicle, please.
I don't have that, Your Majesty.
Oh, you expecting any in?
Your Highness, there's no such thing as a buffalo-flavoured popsicle.
Yeah. Young man, there is no such thing as a buffalo-flavored popsicle.
Oh. Well, I'll take a double-decker cone then.
Yes, all right.
Okay, 1 scoop of antelope sherbet and 1 scoop of goat hoof ice cream.
You're out of your gourd, guard. Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know what's under that fancy hat of yours, huh? Vacant city! Now, the king and me have been standing, the king and I have been standing here in the cold night air, freezing our royal amulets off, while you are standing there, gun in hand, preventing us from entering our beautiful helm, blabbering on and on about antelope ice cream and goat hoof sherbet.
It's antelope sherbet and goat hoof ice cream.
Whatever! Now you listen to me, and you better listen good. They got vanilla. They got chocolate. They even got coconut papaya. But there is no such thing as animal-flavored ice cream, you hollowed-out little creep!
Good news. I believe I see a buffalo popsicle way in the back there.
Well, there you go, smarty pants. Here, hold this. Where?
Right in the back.
Oh.
All the way in the back.
Gee, this little league is really great. You know, my Billy getting on the ball team has been responsible for my meeting a lot of neighbors. I mean, without Little League, I never would have met you.
That's right.
Didn't they look adorable in their blue uniforms out there on the field? Oh, they really...
Our team was wearing little yellow uniforms.
And you know, I never realized how much they enjoyed the game, especially what goes on afterward when their fathers take them for hot dogs and Cokes and sodas.
Yeah, that's real nice.
You know, it all went by so quickly. I didn't ever realize what the score was. What was it?
17-18 favored the team with the little blue uniforms.
And which ones were ours?
Yellow!
And my favorite play in the whole afternoon was when Billy yelled, "I got it! I got it!"
Except your little Billy didn't got it. Your little Billy's error cost us 3 runs, the ball game, and the agony of defeat.
My Billy's team lost?
Gee.
Oh, that's a shame. I hope my baby doesn't feel too bad.
The poor kid should feel bad. The poor kid blew the ball game.
Oh, come on, it was only a game. Listen, I meant to ask you, where'd you get that purse?
Only a game? Only a game? Look, dear, Wall Street is a game. Insurance is a game. But a ball game isn't a game.
Are you serious?
Well, yes, I'm serious, and I can't believe that your kid bobbled that easy pop-up.
Oh, is this the mother of the kid who blew the game?
You got it.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm the mother of an 8-year-old child who happens to be 5'1", weighs 42 pounds, and is apparently ready to go to jail for not catching some stupid ball.
How about the 3 strikeouts?
I can't believe this. Grown-up people mad at an 8-year-old for a small mistake.
Don't you realize that disaster, which you keep calling a small mistake, do you realize what that's done to our morale?
But they're only 8 years old. They've probably forgotten about it already.
Them? Who? I'm not talking about them. Who cares about... I'm talking about us, the parents. How do you think we feel? How can we face each other knowing that our kids are losers?
Our kids are not losers. You're right. Thank you.
It's your kid who's a loser.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. We had him. 17-15. The pitcher's working on a no-hitter. And then the little creep has to drop an easy fly ball. Give me a beer.
Yeah, coming right up, Dr. Hoyt. There you are.
The coach is a doctor.
Child psychiatrist.
That figures.
And then you know what that little pipsqueak has the nerve to say to me later in the locker room?
Yeah.
It's only a game.
If I ever get that kid on my couch.
Hey, that's a kid's mother sitting over there.
Oh, yeah? I wonder if she heard me call her creep a creep.
I'm sure she did.
Good. Nice going, lady.
Hey, Coach Perkett.
Why not? Misery loves company.
Oh, by the way, Coach, this is Helen Lesser.
The creep's mother.
Sorry I had to blow off so much steam like that over your kid. Sounds like the only thing I care about is winning, doesn't it, Mrs. Loser?
Lesser. My name's Lesser.
Lesser loser. What's the difference? Your kid blew the ball game.
We want to know, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah. When my kid messed up, once you benched him for 2 weeks until he learned how to pitch better.
Well, that means extra practice. I don't have the time.
Well, why don't we round up a posse and string Billy up?
Maybe if I played the kid in right field.
No good. Next week they might have a left-handed batter.
I'll tell you what we do. Why don't we get the CIA to slip Billy a poison Twinkie? I'm young. I can have another kid.
Wait a minute. I think I have it. I think I know what to do with Billy. What?
That's what you can do with Billy.
You blew my whistle.
Listen, you two. I mean, we are talking here with tiny, underdeveloped minds. Namely yours. And who we ought to be discussing is the children.
What do they have to do with this?
Everything. They go out there to have a good time. They don't care about winning and losing. It's how you play the game that counts.
You're sick.
You two ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Oh, yeah? Now, look, Mrs. Loser.
Lesser! I've got news for you, Mrs. Lesser. Your kid is off the team.
Way to go, Coach.
Boy.
Well. Well, I'm not surprised. I knew this was going to happen. It's not the first time, you know. The first time was in New York. An easy ground ball went right through my Billy's legs. The poor kid picked it up and threw wild. There was nothing my husband and I could do about it. We had to move to Syracuse. But then the same thing happened again, and my husband sold his business again, and we moved again, this time to Jacksonville. To make a long story short, here we are in Paducah. Sounds like a big sacrifice to make for a kid, right? But Billy loved the game. You know what it means to have a kid who loves the game so much? Well, one has to face reality, I suppose. When it comes to baseball, the kid stinks. Yeah, that's the news I have to take home to Billy tonight. No more baseball. It's time to switch to ballet lessons.
Now, look, Mrs. Lesser.
Loser, my name is Mrs. Loser. You were right the first time.
Helen, don't say that.
Well, why not? Do you know what it's like to realize you're a mother who's got a kid who can't even catch a fly ball?
Yes, but baseball is only a game.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Why does my kid always have to lose? I really think it's time that pipsqueak fly dropper of a Butterfinger learned to face reality. Even an 8-year-old has to face life, right? My kid is washed up in baseball.
No, he's not. No, not washed up. Look, can I reconsider? Mrs. Lesser, please. Billy's back on the team. How's that? Billy can be one of the gang again.
Oh, Coach!
Billy!
Oh, Coach!
Billy's back on the team. Does that make you feel better? Okay.
It's gonna be okay, Helen. Listen, I'm having a little Tupperware party next week. You come, okay?
You have Billy at the practice field Monday morning at 10, okay? Okay.
Over my dead body, okay?
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Billy. How you doing? You didn't feel too bad about missing that fly, did you, my baby? You're going back on another team.
This is Harvey Korman, the actor. 200 years ago today, the British Army, under the command of General Burgoyne, was moving along the Mohawk in an attempt to split the colonial army by advancing along the Hudson River in hopes of besieging them at Albany. The morale of the ragtag revolutionary troops was low, but one young drummer boy, inspired by the cause, rallied the troops with his heroism. His name, Warren Holt. Now, though he was far younger and less hardened than some of the veterans around him, his patriotism was aroused when the first shot was fired. It was his rhythmic drumbeat that led his fellow soldiers ever forward, even into the face of the enemy cannon fire. The only answer seemed to be retreat. But this notion was quickly dispelled when the revolutionary forces answered with their own cannon fire from the rear. Now, hopelessly separated from his company, there seemed nothing left to play for. However, as long as that dim spark of patriotism was still smoldering within him, he knew he must play on. Play on, Play on. Play on. And then, far off in the distance, he heard something.
Huh?
I said far off in the distance, he heard something.
I can't hear anything.
What was it he heard in the distance?
See on that.
It was the roar of a cannon.
And a ball, too.
But before he could reach his beleaguered comrades, he was set upon by a roving band of divorcees. Who were making their way westward in a covered massage parlor. But his patriotism and devotion to duty gave him the strength and the courage to break free. Yes, he broke free.
No, he went with the girls.
As history says, the drummer boy broke free.
You show me a drummer boy that didn't go with the broads, I'll show you.
Yes, his patriotism and devotion to duty gave him the strength and courage to break free, take up his drum, and beat out the cadence that inspired his troops to victory. And that's the way it was 200 years ago today.
No, this is the way it was 200 years ago.
Look at yourself dressed up in a fancy gown, making believe you're ready to paint the town. You with your two left feet, indulging in self-deceit. You're on your own again, stuck here alone again, dreaming.
Look at yourself.
I'm looking, but what's to see?
Part of yourself, the part that you'd like to be.
Prettier,
Prettier,
wittier,
wittier,
glamorous,
glamorous,
amorous,
amorous.
all that I've always denied.
I'm simply what you are inside.
Look at me, I am gorgeous. I am absolutely gorgeous. Here's this avalanche of beauty in one woman, and I'm it. Look at the way all of the parts fit together. Look at the hair. Look at the shape. Look everywhere. I am such a divine me. Every studio will sign me. My cup runneth over. Whoever saw such a complete wow. Nobody could say no to me now. No one is as gorgeous as I am. I'd love to dance like they used to dance when you held a man in your arms.
I know what you mean. Every girl needs someone who leads. These days it's tough to tell whether they're even dancing together. Whenever I hear the music start, I know just the partner I choose.
Someone born to be be cheek to cheek with me. Arthur Murray can't shine his shoes. Round and round we go. Is there ground below? This feeling's too good to be true. How I'd love to dance like they used to dance with a man in my arms. But who? Remember, we owe it to ourselves and all Americans to conquer pollution. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Good night.
the voice of Carl Harper. The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.